That is not the size we are looking for. Nope. My dog wants to carry him around. Ruby. Jeez. You are a pain in the butt, dog. Jeez. Ay, ay. And lots of them. I just think you're gonna get it. Once again, we are catching them. They are just not quality. Drop in, catch them. Drop in, catch them. So here's what we're using. We did switch our bait a little bit. Alright, so here's what I'm doing. So fish are showing up on the bottom. I'm staying about a foot off the bottom, and you can see my spring bobber. I'm jigging fairly aggressively. Mostly staying in one place for a little bit. Waiting to see if something starts to come up. If a fish starts to show up below me there and move up just a little bit, I go up a little higher. Sometimes I jig a little faster away from it. See if I can get them to chase. If I can get them moving a little faster, I go up that little bit, and then I go back to a regular cadence and hold it in place as they come up to catch up, and as they catch up, I usually slowly go away from them again. Now, if I'm not marking any fish, which right now I'm not, so then I, same thing, jig in place a little bit, but sometimes I'll come up a little and just let it drop, really just trying to get their attention from wherever they're at, get something coming in to take a look. And then playing that game of keep away to get them to commit. And at this point I stopped marking fish, wasn't getting any bites, which means it is time to drill more holes. That's what we're after. Good big female, we're gonna let her go. Nope. Nope. Come on. Take. So not quite what we're looking for, a little guy, 6-7 inch perch. We'll let him go. And here's what I'm using today. Again, switch holes right away. There's fish there, drop right in. So I'm using a little tungsten jig with a little BY plastic on there. In this case, silver with some purple, a little bit of pink on it. I don't think it matters today at all, actually. The perch are hungry. All right, so here's what's going on. We came out here, drilled, I don't know, 10 holes or so in a big area, an area I've caught fish in the past. And so I drill a bunch of holes because the fish move around. And you have to move around to stay on top of them, or you find that little sweet spot. And turned out the first hole I dropped in, caught a couple, caught one really good one, and one that was, you know, maybe a 9 or 10 incher as well. And now the fish are gone, not marking anything. And so rather than sit in this hole, I'm gonna go check all those others and see if we can figure out where they're moving around, or which hole in this stretch has a little sweet area that they want to sit in. Working on stuff here. Working on stuff. Let's see if we can't. Here we go. My lighter. Oh, there we go. So could almost eat that one. If we're real hungry, we could. My dog likes to get in the way of what you can see. That's Ruby, by the way. Oh man, they are loaded right there. There we go, that's what I want. Alright, so I want to show you something here. One, I switched baits, which is great. Okay, so this is a male, so I'm going to keep him. He's a perfect eater right there. Got a little hunchback to him. Belly's not real fat. Perfect. I'm gonna keep my dog on. Leave it. Leave it. I'll show you my bait here in a second. When we, the little guys, I switched over to a rocker jig. They weren't biting really well. It's really lightweight. I did put a little spike on there. Tends to just need something. It flutters. It's almost like a miniature flutter spoon, except for perch, panfish. So the perch like it as it flutters down, and they are just flying up here. My dog's gonna take my fish, so I better get that in the bucket. She carries them around and plays with them, and basically ends up licking off all the scales. Little guy. Okay, leave it. This is Ruby, by the way. About 10 months old. We'll post some hunting videos and she can star in those. Maybe some summertime fishing. When I fish in the summer with her, she just jumps out of the boat, chase after wherever I cast. It's great for her to get exercise, but not so great for me to catch fish. Tangled up. Oh, we got another perch. And she's not good. So here's the problem that most people have fishing out here is they come out, they see the group of people, Say, all right, that's where I'm gonna go. They go drill some holes, set up their shack, sit there, maybe they mark a couple fish, maybe they catch a couple fish, but they're really just not on the sweet spot. Before you set up, take 30 minutes, maybe take an hour. You can pick your area and drill a hole. And here's where my microphone died. So let's take a look at where I was fishing and wrap it up. All right, so as promised, I want to show you where I'm fishing. A lot of people like to keep that a secret, but come on out. There's lots of room. You just got to find your fish. So here's where I am. Sitting out here. So there's a few people out that way. And if I go back, you can see my four-wheeler in the background, and over that way is kind of where the group of people is, but I don't have to fish in the group to catch the fish. Actually better off finding your own. They'll bite a lot easier for you. Those fish are getting pressured. So I showed you where I was at out on the water, but I also want to show you on Google Maps kind of how Lake Onalaska sets up for searching for the perch. So now down here is the Sailboat Club. That's where I took off from. You'll notice Schaefer's up top is another popular place to go out into those dredge holes there. Now, and the reason I can show you this is the perch are nomadic. So they're in this giant area. It's a giant, like 5-foot flat, almost through all of that. Even more out in the lake and around these islands out here. Now, I should note that you need to be careful. The channel comes down through and flows down past these. So there tends to be thinner ice out there. So you shouldn't just go running out there without checking the ice first. The other place that's unsafe oftentimes is right here. The pressure heave usually forms there. Water gets on the ice and can be unsafe. And since we're talking about those, I know currently anyway, the backside of this island tends to be thinner ice and through there as well. So those areas seal up pretty early on, but always areas to be cautious of. So now the perch in that big giant area, most people stick within just this section right in here. So we can add some things in there for you. So we've got the runway lights in there. And so this is the area I fished two areas within there, really far apart. One of the spots I caught some fish was way far from anybody. Another spot that I had caught some fish kind of close by, not a little ways off of the group. The group was just here on the west side of those runway lights. But because it's such a big giant flat, in the summer it fills in with weeds. In the winter, those weeds die off, most of them, and so you drill lots of holes. So I drill 10 holes in a line looking for those little sweet zones that are either up against some weeds that have survived, or even better is if you find a little patch of weeds that's off by itself. The fish will move to that spot. You'll catch a few, they move off, but they keep coming through that zone. So those are places where you can sit and catch quite a few over the course of the day. Hopefully this helps you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.